Hi guys, welcome to Frontier Middle School Summer Reading Vlog. Every week you will get a chance to listen to a teacher read aloud a short excerpt from a favorite book or YA book that they have loved, and you'll get some connections to either other books or other ways that you can connect to that author online, movie tie-ins, and just some other recommendations for books to read over the summer. Once a week, there'll be a new video uploaded every week, so check out the YouTube channel for Frontier. This week, we're reading Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds. The excerpt inside, or the blurb inside, says 60 seconds, 7 floors, 3 rules, 1 gun. Will's older brother, Sean, has been shot. Dead. Will feels a sadness so great he can't explain it. But in his neighborhood, there are the rules. Rule number 1, no crying. Don't, no matter what. Rule number 2, snitching. Don't, no matter what. Rule number 3, revenge. Do it, no matter what. But bullets miss. You can get the wrong guy. And there's always someone else who knows to follow the rules. This is Jason Reynolds' Long Way Down. Don't nobody believe nothing these days, which is why I haven't told nobody the story I'm about to tell you. And the truth is, you probably ain't gonna believe it either. Gonna think I'm lying or I'm losing it. But I'm telling you, this story is true. It happened to me, really. It did. It so did. My name is William Holman, but to my friends and people who know me, just Will. So call me Will, because after I tell you what I'm about to tell you, you'll either want to be my friend or not want to be my friend at all. Either way, you'll know me. I'm only William to my mother, my brother Sean, and whenever he's trying to be funny. Now I'm wishing I would have laughed more at his dumb jokes, because the day before yesterday, Sean was shot and killed. I don't know you. Don't know your last name, if you got brothers or sisters or mothers or fathers or cousins that be like brothers or sisters, and aunties or uncles that be like mothers and fathers. But if the blood inside of you is on the inside of someone else, you never want to see that blood on the outside of them. The sadness is just so hard to explain. Imagine waking up and someone, a stranger, got you strapped down, got pliers shoved into your mouth, gripping a tooth somewhere in the back, one of the big important ones, and rips it out. Imagine the knocking in your head, the pressure pushing through your ears, the blood pooling. But the worst part, the absolute worst part, is the constant slipping of your tongue into that new empty space where you know a tooth supposed to be, but ain't no more. It's hard to say Sean's dead. Sean's dead. Sean's dead. So strange to say, so sad, but I guess not surprising, which I guess is even stranger and even sadder. The day before yesterday, me and my friend Tony were outside talking about whether or not we'd get any taller now that we were 15. When Sean was 15, he grew a foot, maybe a foot and a half. That's when he gave me all the clothes he couldn't fit. Tony kept saying he hoped he grew because even though he was the best ball player around here our age, he was also the shortest. And everybody knows you can't go all the way when you're that small unless you can, really jump. And then there were shots. Everybody ran, ducked, hid, tucked themselves in tight, did what we've all been trained to do, pressed our lips to the pavement and prayed that the boom followed by a buzz of a bullet ain't meet us. After the shots, me and Tony waited like we always do for the rumble to stop before picking our heads up and poking our heads out to count the bodies. This time, there was only one. Sean. I've never been in an earthquake. Don't know if this was even close to how they are, but the ground definitely felt like it opened up and ate me. Things that always happen whenever someone is killed around here. Number one, screaming. Not everybody screams, usually just moms, girlfriends, daughters. In this case, it was Letitia, Sean's girlfriend, on her knees, kissing his forehead between shrieks. I think she hoped her voice would somehow keep him alive, would clot the blood. But I think she knew deep down in the deepest part of her downness that she was kissing him goodbye. And my mom, moaning low, not my baby, not my baby. Why? Hanging over my brother's body like a dimmed light post. Second thing you hear? Sirens. Lots and lots of sirens, howling, cutting through the sounds of the city, except for the screams. The screams are always heard over everything, even the sirens. The third thing you hear? Questions. Cops flashed lights in our faces and we all turned to stone. Did anybody see anything? A young officer asks me. He looked honest, like he ain't never done this before. You can always tell a newbie. They always ask questions like they really expect answers. Did anybody see anyone? I ain't seen nothing. Marcus Andrews, the neighborhood know-it-all, said. Even he knew better than to know anything. In case you ain't know, gunshots make everybody deaf and blind, especially when they make somebody dead. Best to become invisible in times like these. Everybody knows that. Even Tony flew away. I'm not sure if the cops asked me questions. Maybe not. I couldn't hear nothing. Ears filled up with heartbeats like my head was being held under water, like I was holding my breath. Maybe I was. Maybe I was hoping I could give some back to Sean, or maybe somehow join him. When bad things happen, we can usually look up and see the moon, big and bright, shining over us. That always made me feel better, like there's something up there beaming down on us in the dark. But the day before yesterday, when Sean died, the moon was off. Somebody told me once a month, the moon blacks out and becomes new, and the next night, be back to normal. I'll tell you one thing, the moon is lucky it's not down here, where nothing is ever new. I stood there, mouth clenched, tight enough to grind my teeth down to dust, and looked at Sean, lying there like a piece of furniture left outside, like a stained-up couch draped in a gold chain. Random thought. Blood soaking into t-shirt, blue jeans, and boots looks a lot like chocolate syrup when the glow from the streetlights hits it. But I know ain't nothing sweet about blood. I know it ain't like chocolate syrup at all. In his hand, a corner store plastic bag, white with red letters. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a nice day. In that bag, special soap for my mother's eczema. I've seen her scratch it until it bleeds. Pick at the pus, bubbles, and flaky scales. Curse the invisible thing trying to eat her. Maybe there's something invisible trying to eat all of us, as if we are beef. Beef gets passed down like name brand t-shirts around here. Always too big, never ironed out. Gets inherited like a trunk of fool's gold or a treasure map leading to nowhere. Came knocking on my brother's life, kicked the door down, and took everything except his gold chain. Then the yellow tape that says, "Do not cross," gets put up, and there's nothing left to do but go home. The tape lets people know that this is a murder scene, as if we ain't already know that. The crowd backs its way into buildings and down blocks until nothing is left but the tape. Sean was zipped into a bag and rolled away, his blood added to the pavement galaxy of bubblegum stars. The tape framed it like it was art, and the next day, kids would play mummy with it. Back on the 8th floor, I locked myself in my room and put a pillow over my head to muffle the sound of my mom's mourning. She sat in the kitchen sobbing into her palms, which she peeled away only to lift a glass to her mouth. With each sip came a brief silence, and with each brief silence, I snuck in a breath. I felt like crying, which felt like another person trapped behind my face, tiny fists punching the backs of my eyes, feet kicking my throat at the spot where the swallow starts. Stay put, I whispered to him. Stay strong, I whispered to me, because crying is against the rules. The rules. Number 1, crying. Don't. No matter what, don't. Number 2, snitching. Don't. No matter what, don't. Number 3, revenge. If someone you love gets killed, find the person who killed them and kill them. That was the first 60-ish pages of A Long Way Down. Again, it's a quick read. You can read it probably in one sitting. Listen to the book being narrated by Jason Reynolds himself by downloading it and listening to it on your Libby app. I love this book for several reasons. First, it's told in poetic verse. So not rhyming poetry, but verse. So it's a quick, short read, quicker than most would expect. Second, while it deals with a tough subject matter of gang violence, it handles the subject matter in a realistic way, yet easy to understand language. And finally, I love this book because the ending forces every reader to decide for themselves which way they think the main character is going to go. I picked up this book because someone on Twitter posted that the last line of this book will either make you love or hate the book. And I thought, what? The last line? Like, the book is over at that point. Who cares what the last line is? And why would it make you love it or hate it? But it is the best last line of any book anywhere. Because the last line will either make you love the book or hate the book, or in my case, both. Jason Reynolds has an amazing repertoire of books. He's written of the beloved Ghost series or the Runner series, Ghost, Patina, Sunny, and Lou. He's also written All American Boys and Miles Morales Spider-Man, as well as several others that we don't have that you can check out from the public library. This book has also been optioned for a movie by Universal Studios with John Legend set to direct. The movie is to come out next year, so it'll be interesting to see how they tie in a 60-second time frame into a movie. But Jason Reynolds did it in the book, and it was fabulous, so I can't wait to see the movie. We also used his poetry book, For Everyone, as a staff read aloud for Poetry Month in April. You can check out the website that the teachers made for the video called For Everyone on the library website. That's bit.ly/FMS library _silverback. Check out the links below for the link to the library website. If you haven't read A Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds, seriously, I'm voting it my #1 favorite read for this school year. You can check it out from Fort Vancouver Regional Library or the Libby app and use your Fort Vancouver Regional Library account to log in, download the book and read it, or listen to the author actually reading his book aloud. That's it for this week. Check in next week for a brand new video of a great YA book to read this summer, and don't forget to keep reading. Thanks.